Great seeing you here again. My name is Luc de Koster, founder of the Koster Academy, and we're talking about the PMBOK 7th edition, Introduction and Performance Domains. We're in the Planning Performance domain, and I will look into procurement, changes, metrics, and alignment. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Let's have a look at procurement. Procurement is about requiring physical resources, and in most companies, larger companies, this is managed by a separate department. In smaller organizations, it may be the responsibility of the project manager. Before procuring, a make or buy analysis is conducted to determine what should be bought and what should be built. In many cases, organizations have a list of pre-approved suppliers, which makes purchasing faster and easier. The pre-approved suppliers have in fact proven that they provide goods that are compliant with the organizational standards. There are contracts, there are agreements, and for example in AT&T, we could order different types of telephone lines from different suppliers. Of course, the suppliers, they had to be on the pre-approved supplier list. When conducting procurement, lead times must be understood by the team. Lead times will affect your timing, your planning, because once you want to order something, for example, the delivery time for a telephone line was typically 1 month, well, you have to take into account, you have to consider that delay when you are planning the follow-up activities that you need. Projects are known to change during execution. Whatever project we have, there is always that element of uncertainty, and changes may have to be integrated in the project. When we look at a deterministic approach, change management needs to be very structured to ensure the correct continuation of the project. It becomes very complex. We have to follow the procedures to see that the requested changes do not endanger the project. We have to understand what are the consequences of those changes on the project. When we look at adaptive approaches, the approach is completely different. Change is more flexible. We can adjust changes because we don't have a fixed scope, and the changes can be integrated in the scope. Nevertheless, there has to be some agreement when you add elements to the scope that you will remove some other elements. There is a limited time and budget. Adding elements would mean that you need more time and more budget, which is in fact not possible. Change in any type of projects has to be managed properly. Change has to be documented. We have to understand what is happening with the changes, and we have to ensure that the change will not endanger the outcome of the project. We also have metrics we have to take into account. Metrics link planning, delivery, and measuring work. Metrics involve setting up thresholds to evaluate if progress is as expected and provides information about the progress of the project. Metrics can relate to the specifications of the deliverables, the schedule, and the cost of the work to create the deliverables. We also have to consider alignments. Alignments relate to the integration of planning and artifacts because they must be aligned over the lifespan of the project. Different plans need to be integrated so that, for example, scope and quality align with the delivery. As organizations may have multiple projects running in parallel, the timing of the work of one project should align with the work on related projects and operations. When working on a large project, detailed planning may be a necessity, while on a small project it may be inefficient, and the planning should be adjusted to the needs. Planning has an effect on resources, on cost. It is clear that when you have a small project, that the cost of planning, the work dedicated to planning, should be in fact proportional to the project work that we are expecting. So that was it for this video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next videos. Bye bye.